They are just examples. Using internationally validated tools, questionnaires like IPAC, the International Physical Activity Questionnaires, it's very easy to administer, and that's the short form, and it's useful from the adolescence to the third age. Or the so-called SF36, SF is just short form. 36 is because there are 36 questions about the self-perception of health. But these are only examples. Or using the most updated data, like Eurobarometer. Just two or three slides about the last Eurobarometer issues. How often do you engage in physical activity outside sports, such as cycling, walking from a place to another, dancing, gardening? So you can see regularly 27 EU, the 27 members, state members of EU, regularly 27, with some regularity 38, seldom 20, and never 14. But there are an incredible range between states and states. Those on the left side, the answer never to the question, how often do you engage in physical activity outside sports, such as cycling or walking from a place to another, etc.? So you can see Portugal, 36%, Italy, 33%, and from the other side, Sweden, Bulgaria, and Finland, and Denmark. But the difference is huge. So there is not one answer. There are many answers at national and local and national and local level. And where do you engage in sport or physical activity? It's quite interesting because it's connected, from my point of view, because it's connected with the third point, with the third suggestion. You can see in a park or out in the nature, 48%. And yesterday we had a beautiful short trip around the lake here in Belgrade. And on the way between home and school workshop. This is a subject, a topic on which many scholars are pointing out their attention. So the commuting way, how people commute to go to work, to go to school, and so on. In this case too, we don't read all the number obviously, but we can see very big differences between, so in a park or out in the nature, 48% the figures for EU 27. But you can see that we go from, you can be proud, but the 83% of Slovenia against the 27% of Greece. But please look also at 40% of Italy. And on the way between homeschooling, work and shops, from 63% to 16%, all the projects related with the safe route to school, for example, are inside this kind of figures. The figures for, in this case for Italy, this is a hard link. Totally, it is a hard link. The third suggestion paying more attention to environments facilitating physical activities. Which could be the role of the association in this case. From a cultural point of view, sensitizing national and local governments in being aware of the importance of the connection between lifestyles and urban context. But I know that we can't survive only with culture. So, but we can manage spaces. Association can re-qualify their offer as expert on this matter, as consultant on this matter, and in being agents of participative processes related to the planning of spaces. But once more, ISCA organized just a few months ago a very interesting conference on active cities. So the door is open. We have to improve the suggestions came out on that occasion, and so
welcome, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much.
You need to find your...
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello again for those who were here about an hour ago, and for those who weren't, I'm Dr. Vladimir Čakarjević from the Ministry of Health of the Republic of Serbia. And this is a presentation about physical activities in the function of health promotion. Again, Healthcare Act of the Republic of Serbia, made in 2005, pointed particularly vulnerable groups of the populations and made children under 15 years of age and school children and students up to 26 years of age as particularly vulnerable groups. Strategy for Youth Development and Health in the Republic of Serbia in 2006 made their own goals, like promotion of healthy lifestyles, preservation and promotion of youth health, and then health equity of the youth, sex, financial status, ethnic and religious identity, and putting the emphasis from health care to health promotion, intersectoral cooperation, active participation of youth, developing personal responsibility for health and community involvement. Here in Serbia we have youth counseling centers formed in 67 health care centers. It's our primary health care centers that only in Serbia it's our centers. They're including pediatricians, gynecologists in 80.6%, psychologists, social workers, and baby nurses. Their fields are reproductive health, forms of risky behavior, principles of proper nutrition, and mental disorders and asthma, as a source of the research of Ministry of Health in 2008. Chronic non-communicable diseases. Most common chronic non-communicable diseases are coronary heart disease, cerebrovascular disease, lung cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, breast cancer, diabetes, and mental health disorders, of course, here in Serbia and around the world. Risk factors for the non-communicable diseases are, at the first place, it's physical inactivity, and then improper nutrition, alcohol and tobacco use or abuse, hypertension, etc. Insufficiently physically active is 74.3% of adults here in Serbia. It's the research of or survey of our Institute for Public Health, Milan Jovanović Batut. So it's a very, very big number, 74.3%. Chronic non-communicable diseases account for 70% of deaths worldwide by the WHO. More than half of all deaths in Serbia, 55.8%, are due to coronary system diseases that are caused by bad living habits. One of the bad living habits is physical inactivity. Risks to your health: abuse of alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, injuries, road trauma, negligence and abuse, mental health, behavior disorders, addiction diseases, depression, reproductive health, increase in sexually transmitted infections, low rate of contraceptive use, etc., improper nutrition, and again physical inactivity. Physical inactivity of school children may cause inadequate body formation, and it is a risk factor for the development of deformity and chronic non-communicable diseases. By the systematic examination of students in 2006, it is also research from Ministry of Health, there were 435,579 primary and secondary school students in Serbia were examinating during 2006. These are the results of the systematic examinations, and in 10% of students we have inadequate personal hygiene, 1% pediculosis, 28% poor body posture. It's a very large number. Then formation medium 25, poor 3%, nutrition medium 18%, and poor 8% of students. To continue, spinal deformities 12.3%, children or students. Kyphosis 5%, initial 4%, and progressive in 1%. Scoliosis 7%, initial 6%, and progressing 1%, and lordosis 0.3%. Thorax deformities is found in 4% of students, and foot deformities in 13% of students. Deformities of other parts of osteoarticular system is 0.5%. This is a diagram which I would try to say in England. This is a free time and physical activity in children and youth. Often this first level is often spent time in front of computer. In 2000 we have 9.8% of students who often spend time in front of computer, and in 2006 it's 28.3. Second one is often watch TV. In 2000 we have 58.8%, and in 2006 it's 73.6% of our students, of our children, often watch television. And this is the third one, is regularly do physical education in school, 86.3% in 2000 and 93.3% in 2006. That's the only way we have a good increasing. It's, of course, population health survey in Serbia in 2006 by our Institute for Public Health, Milan Jovanović Batut.